Hello, valuable employees of the Equestrian Arcane Systems and Technology Corporation. I am your VP of Secret Affairs, Skybolt, or whatever the hell in-universe jobs we actually settle on for our characters. But anyway, this is Skybolt, and this is the morning of Saturday of BABSCon, and whoo! I am just getting up and going to the con right now from lovely Palo Alto. But, yeah, wow, what a Friday con. Like, alright, for people who haven't been to conventions, there's usually a certain, like, rhythm they go to, and in 90% of the cases, Saturday's the peak, but holy cow, Friday just was non-stop fun and excitement. I mean, we were going really late. I went to a couple of the really late night panels because BABSCon is nice. They have 18 plus panels after like 8 p.m. or so. So I went to this one panel that was really interesting. It was just some guy who was a fan of I guess something they did at Everfree Northwest, and he put together this panel called I forget what the title was. It was like just stories from conventions or whatever, and it was literally that. It was like an open mic, and you tell your cringiest or funniest or whatever stories from going to a convention, you know, specifically BABSCon or a PonyCon or even something else if it's, you know, relevant enough. Just, you know, capturing all those maximum spaghetti moments of the convention atmosphere out there. And, wow, that was a really fun panel. And then after that, I went to the 4chan slash MLP panel, which was also a really fun time. For 4chan in real life is as cringy and terrible as you would expect, but I had a good time. So yeah, because conventions are all about trade-offs, and I knew I could not get up for the they premiered the episode this morning at the convention. They had the season 7 opener, so I'm sure some of you out there have already been watching that, but I haven't. I needed to sleep. I knew I could not make that 8:30 time no matter what, because I still had one or two things I had to finish up last night, and I did, and that meant I got to go to some of those late night panels too. That's it's a lesson you learn pretty early on in probably your first convention, is you have to ration your time, and it is all about more so. Obviously, before going to a con, if you know specifically something you want, like an autograph or a very specific panel or signature like ours, our lovely Fallout Equestria panel, you make sure you mark that in advance to go to. But, except for all those very critical must-see, must-do things, conventions are more fun when you kind of go with the flow. When you got, you know, your group of friends or some group you latch onto or whatever, and just you just kind of go with it, because of course, as with everything, it's the people that make the conventions the great thing. So it's it's fun. I don't think time zones. Yeah, it's probably evening there in Old World Istan. So right now it's lovely 11 a.m. for me in sunny California. So hasn't rained at all, and also no North Korea missile hits either. So that's, you know, it's a good thing to wake up to. To be honest, if they do have one submarine in, you know, one nuclear whatever North Korea submarine, apparently they're targeting Los Angeles first, so that's good for me. You know, it's far away from the the blast radius and the fallout the fallout like wind, you know, direction and everything. That was something controversial about the Nellis test range in Nevada, was how close it was to the burgeoning Las Vegas community that were now starting to soak up all those lovely rads. But you know, it just made for better gambling. So yeah, and then of course I had to follow the rule of 621 rule of conventions, which is always at the very minimum get 6 hours of sleep every night, eat 2 full normal-ish meals aside from whatever random snacking you do, and take 1 shower. Now I'm a clean person. I will always take the shower, but God, there are some people that don't follow any of those rules in one sense or another, and the worst are the shower people, because you walk by them and you know exactly, well, not exactly, but you can guess how many days they've gone without washing the filth from their skin. So, yeah, and it's for anyone, whether you're, a naturally smelly person or not. Stay clean. Get the antiperspirant. Get the get the perfumes or deodorant or colognes that work for you. Because the thing about conventions is, it's a lot of tight spaces. You're standing in lines for certain panels, and you're huddled up somewhat close together in those major panel rooms. You got 1,000 people under the same roof, just next to each other in these chairs and rows. So. Yeah, it's for your own sake too. You don't want to come off negatively to people. You want people to want to approach you if you got that cool cosplay you're showing off, or just whatever. So yeah, more convention fun 101 and pro tips. It's today is it's gonna be great too. Okay, first off, regarding the vlogs, because apparently there's something I need to explain. These are just random little fun snippets. I'm trying to capture the magic of conventions. So, what a lot of people didn't understand last night was when Needle put on a fursuit, the pinky fursuit, and the whole point of my video is going to be a fun little tongue-in-cheek, like, no, she caught the disease of the fursuit. She brushed against one of the fursuit people and she caught the furry. Is it that hard to understand, people? I'm sorry, but it's like you gotta rub those 3 neurons together and figure out, oh, this is what's going on in that commentary that fully explains the joke. Okay, I guess I'm no comedian, but I should have moved the words around a little bit. It's going for like an alien thing or something. Anyway, so the fursuits are great. Everyone loves the fursuits. That goes back to this convention likes us in general. We were up at the bar coffee shop. They have a great lounge now that they finished rebuilding, and everyone wanted to hug Needle, and it was so nice. Just that she was out there, and she's not normally a fursuit person, but she made the most of that one. So that was really fun, and they got a lot of good pictures. So obviously the con staff they're receptive and nice, or not the con staff, the Hyatt Regency personnel are nice and friendly. So 10 out of 10 for that. I very much respect a hotel that respects its paying customers, because again, they're probably dropping a lot of coin to hold the convention there. You're renting out full convention facilities, which is like what, 50,000 square feet of rooms and spaces and equipment and power. It's like they are paying for it, so you better get big smiles from the damn hotel staff. Ugh, that's one of the reasons I will never go back to BronyCon. On the many reasons is how scornful the staff of the Baltimore Convention Center are. And anyway. So that is great. If you're on the West Coast, or if you ever are looking for a big con one day, BABSCon is definitely one of the best. Definitely would recommend. But yeah, Fam-a-Lam, so it's gonna be a busy day. We have the Pabst Blue Ribbon panel first on like half an hour from now. I'm running a little bit late, but I'm gonna make it, and they're gonna be showing off some fun things. But I'm sure they have their live stream and stuff too. And then after that later on is our panel at 5 o'clock local, so exactly 5.5 hours from now. You want to tune in. I can't live stream it myself because I can't hold my own phone, but we're hopefully going to get that going live from Needle's computer, so that will be good. Hopefully that works stably and everything. It's the first time we're doing this, but at the very least, I will be recording it and posting it like I always do. So, worst case scenario, I should be able to have it up by, Monday night, the full video, and then I can intercut in the special little things that we show there. So, is there any cons in the South? I know there's a couple of Texas cons. I've heard mixed to bad things about them, though, like Nightmare Nights. So I don't know. I think most of them they hang on the on the side coast, not too many on the Gulf Coast, but it's worth just looking around. I know EQD, they do those convention compilations, and in the general sense still, EQD is a great way to get an idea of the size of the fandom in certain areas, and so they can probably let you know what the biggest BrodyCons are, and then you can decide that from your local area. Yeah, and then after our panel at 5, I mean, it's all downhill from there, honestly. That's where all the nuclear butterflies live, is making sure that we do everything for the panel to our absolute most in perfection, because we want all of you to enjoy it as much as we enjoy the con, and we've put together a lot of good stuff, so I hope it works well. Yeah, and then there's like the Dead Tree. If you're into Fallout Equestria PNP, they got their big game set, and we've hung out with those guys for last year too. They're a lot of fun, and yeah, they really have the books and the figurines and stuff going, so it's looking great. And then it'll probably be an earlier night. Like I'll probably be done at like 10 or 11 because last night was the crazy night. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably some party pops up too. But yeah, guys, and and then there's also a slight chance I might have gotten, because I've been bitching, as you've heard, for like months and months. I might have finally gotten a job out of the fucking bay, where I don't have to pay these ridiculous and unsustainable prices anymore. So I'll have more information on that soon. So there might be, I'll try to preload as much content as I can before that, but there might be a 3-week interim process there in late May. We'll see what happens, but that would be good for me, because then once I settle in, I'd have much better acoustical space, more disposable money. I could go to more cons next year, that's for sure, and well, hopefully we should be bigger by then, and we can make that work and see where the magic goes. Okay? So I've got my Vault 111 shirt on today, but I also have my backpack, so just, if you're there, you should be able to find me. And yeah, I hope our panel goes well, and we hope you guys enjoy it. So we love you, and we will talk to you all later on.